Now the Thundercats have the power. Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. Holy crap, everybody. When this was first announced as a project, I thought it was an April Fool's joke. I thought it was some sort of dream. I really didn't think that this would actually happen, bringing these two heralded franchises together, as many fans have been hoping for this for years. It was a comic book at first, and now it's finally been realized in action figure form. I can't believe it. The Master Universe X Thundercats are now up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth, and new solicitation photos have actually been dropped, and I wanted to take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was showcased on Mattel's social media pages for Master Universe, and of course, have links for everybody to be able to pre-order these on entertainmentearth.com. It really helps out the channel, guys, and I really do appreciate it. Without further ado, guys, let's take a look at what was dropped on all the social media links for Master Universe Official, because these ones are literally a third world, if you will. Let's have a look. The first thing that we actually got was a glimpse at their planogram, and I do love these, as they really did depict the kind of posters that they collected, a literal checklist of what you collect for Master Universe back in 1982. This one, of course, being a crossover for Master Universe and Thundercats. We got to see all of the releases for Wave 1, and possibly a couple of glimpses of Wave 2 for the Master Universe X Thundercats. For the first wave, Lion-O, Cheetara, Battle Cat Man, and as a deluxe release, we're going to see Deluxe Skel-Ra. This guy is absolutely massive. And possibly in Wave 2, we're going to see Tigra, Panther, and He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. That means that the first wave will consist of 2 Thundercats and technically 2 Master Universe figures, if you count the fact that Skel-Ra is actually a melding of Skeletor and Mumm-Ra, respectively. That's fascinating. And of course, on all their social media pages, Master Universe dropped these amazing solicitation photos on this Eternia Third Earth landscape. It's kind of hard to figure out what this is until we actually see the mini comics, but I'm excited for this, guys. This is going to be great. Looking at the very first image that they provided, this looks crazy. It literally is waves 1 and 2. Have the Thundercats gone to Eternia, or have the Eternians gone to Third Earth? It's a fascinating idea, and we're really not going to know until we finally find out through the mini comics that will be released for these figures. And here is Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats. There were some concerns I did have, particularly in the face of Lion-O. His overall paint scheme was a little bit strange, but if we zoom in on this one, it's pretty evident that they have actually addressed this, as the coloring is no longer on top of his nose and actually underneath the bridge, closer to his mouth, which is a much better look for Lion-O, and I'm super glad that they addressed that. The first Paint Master really did look a little bit clownish, and I'm glad that that was actually fixed in this version of Lion-O. His hair is wonderfully sculpted here, along with this, I guess it's some sort of helmet which covers the front part of his face. Very many faces in its overall appearance, with the cheeks being surrounded with these metal clasps. He is sporting his claw shield, which is of a unique design for this version. The knuckles are no longer painted as jewels and are just a singular color, and they are attached to this Eternian style shoulder pauldron, which actually resembles the main tower of the Eternia playset. He's also sporting these brand new Eternian style straps with the massive Thundercat insignia right on front, and it covers his overall traditional attire. Moving down further, we can see the traditional Eternian style belt along with the loincloth, and on his right arm we do see that he does have a wrist guard as well as the Sword of Omens. This one has a minimal paint deco, having only the Thundercats insignia right on the front, and it's my understanding on the reverse is the Sight Beyond Sight Eye of Thundera. Fascinating. Moving back towards Lion-O's legs, we do see that he does have those more Eternian style boots on right now. The next figure we're going to take a closer look at is, of course, Skel-Ra, the ever-living. He looks pretty amazing here, and again, everything here looks a little bit better than the original Paint Masters, as the skeleton face is really looking quite nice. I do appreciate the way it's overall sculpted. Those traditional Eternian straps are now inlaid with the insignia of Mumm-Ra, the ever-living. We can see the golden inlay on the bottom half of the straps, and the hood is actually embedded into the straps themselves, which is a nice touch. The Havoc staff horns are actually now on top of Skeletor's head, but we do see that wonderful headdress at the top, indicating that this is Skel-Ra. The cape itself can actually be inverted, showcasing either red or purple, giving it that appearance of either Mumm-Ra or Skeletor. In this case, we do see Skel-Ra along with his stylized sash, giving it more of a Mumm-Ra feel, but definitely having the heraldry of Skeletor. It even has a few of the skulls painted in gold, which is a wonderful, nice touch. And the belt, of course, is more traditional to Master Universe than it would be for Mum-Ra. Moving down further, we do see that he has Mum-Ra's feet, complete with that furry lining right at the top of the feet themselves. And it's amazing to see this character fully realized in his action figure form. We then see Battlecat in his overall pose. And right away, I did say that this is probably one of my favorite characters. He looks so menacing. We can see how his claws are now affixed to his hands, as the initial teaser photos showed the gauntlets separated from his overall forearms, and really do remind us of the MOTU-styled versions as well as Thundercats classics from about 10 years ago. He's very Eternian in his overall design. A traditional loincloth, traditional belt, his straps, which are very reminiscent of He-Man, but having the Thundercats indica right on the front. His helmet, of course, is reminiscent of the Battlecat helmet, and his shoulder pauldrons do remind us of the saddle. His face is very Cringer-like, those two little snaggletooths protruding from the bottom, and he does have a softer look than Battlecat, but make no mistake, this is a ferocious warrior, all the same. I love the yellow stripes with the green skin, and of course, his awesome-looking feet with the Eternian boots. This is a complete package for Battlecat in Master Universe Cross Thundercats. And finally, we come to Cheetara, the final Thundercat in the release, and she looks absolutely stunning. This is similar to the original solicitation we saw for Cheetara, and luckily, there are actually more photos on Entertainment Earth which we can take a look at for their Thunderian forms. But much like those which we'd already seen, she has that tiara with those side armor pieces. Her facial sculpt is beautiful. I do love the way they've designed this particular version of Cheetara. And there seems to be a depiction of the Eye of Thundera right in the middle of her tiara. I wonder if this is sort of a hint at her sixth sense. I think that would be amazing. We can see the Eternian armor as she's wearing it here in this particular scene, but it does have the Thundercats indica right at the top of her chest, and it looks stunning. It also has a lower sash right at the front, a little bit of modesty, if you will. She does have a forearm gauntlet, which allows her to carry her miniaturized staff, which is included with the character. And of course, in this particular depiction, her staff is fully extended and ready for battle. She's also wearing her Eternian style boots, really giving this character a final look for Master Universe Cross Thundercats. We were also treated to some of the amazing box art. Here we see Lion-O's box art, and it looks stunning. Much like the Turtles of Grayskull, this is a brand new depiction of the backing card for Master Universe Thundercats. But unlike the Turtles of Grayskull, which really had a sewer-type motif, this one still retains a very space-like atmosphere with the stars in the background, a bit of the blue reminiscent of the Master Universe, and of course, those exploding rocks, which are signature to the Master Universe branding, but this time adorned with Master Universe Cross Thundercats, and then a very familiar scene, Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, and then of course the blister bubble, which has Lion-O in his plastic prison. A little bit of a note, which is kind of concerning me, but I guess we'll find out when the final figures are released. The paint on this particular Lion-O still has it on his nose. He's packed with pretty much every one of his accessories, including his additional head sculpt, his additional hairpiece, the mini-comic in the back, the Sword of Omens, claw shield, additional swappable hand, and additional swappable boots. Going to the other side, it continues the tradition of Master Universe and the wonderful artwork that's depicted on the reverse. Huge shout out to Roy Juarez and his team. Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, battles back against ancient forces of evil from Third Earth to Third Eternia. What is Third Eternia? Oh my gosh. Is this a multiverse situation? I'm very excited of this. We can see Castle Grayskull in the background along with the Moons of Eternia. So this is happening on Third Eternia. Again, massive indications and teases that we are not privy to yet. I'm hoping we find out more in the mini-comic. We can see that the Sword of Omens is calling upon the power of Grayskull. Oh my gosh, guys, this is ridiculous. We see Lion-O all geared up in his Eternian armor, battling the force that is known as Skel-Ra, and this is a fearsome battle. We do see the traditional look for Lion-O, and as I said, his nose is painted properly along with the rest of his face. It also includes a comic book and showcases all the additional features where you can sheath the Sword of Omens onto the back of Lion-O, as well as the other characters in the first wave of releases, Lion-O, Cheetara, and Battlecat Man. And for those of you who really are sticklers for this, there is the barcode in case you need to look for this at your local Target or Walmart. We also get to see the packaging artwork for Skel-Ra, and he, of course, is a deluxe figure, and he looks freaking massive. This is more of a box situation for Skel-Ra. They have a very similar overall design for the Master Universe Cross Thundercats Exploding Rocks background, but Skeletor and Mumm-Ra are depicted here, and honestly, I'm super excited appearing in this solicitation version because they look so much more detailed than they did for the Paint Masters. Skeletor's face is absolutely haunting, along with Mumm-Ra's face, which again is frightening in and of itself. And of course, we can swap the different looks for both characters, adding additional wraps for the mummy version of Mumm-Ra, giving him a more traditional kilt with the multicolors of red, blue, and yellow, the Sword of Plundar as his main weapon, and of course, Skeletor as Skel-Ra, ready for battle. And below, it is Skel-Ra, ever-living evil of Eternia. Absolutely thrilling. The reverse of the package is so great. I love it. Skeletor discovers the mysterious black pyramids on Eternia. Now, with the strength of Mumm-Ra granted to him by the ancient forces of evil, Skel-Ra, the ever-living, comes after the power of Grayskull, and he is more dangerous than ever before. Wow! What is going on here, guys? Why is Mumm-Ra's pyramid on Eternia, and thus making it third Eternia? This is crazy, and look at the depiction of Mumm-Ra's pyramid in the background with the ancient spirits of evil. Oh my gosh, everybody. And we can even see the transformation from Skeletor to Skel-Ra. This is nuts. It also should be noted that Skeletor is not his traditional blue. He's actually more of a pale white. What is happening here, guys? Are we going to get a new version of Skeletor in this more subdued, almost colorless version of his normal self? That would be intense. And we actually can see now that this was done by FH Art. Huge shout out to Francisco Eckhart. You've done it again, my friend. This is absolutely stunning. And of course, huge shout out to the design teams who worked on Master Universe Cross Thundercats. Guys, you are killing it. This artwork is absolutely stunning, and I'm so impressed at the overall design. We even get to see a few action features as depicted here, with replaceable head to turn Skel-Ra into Mumm-Ra, reversible cape, and place the Sword of Plundar into his hand. Includes 2 character cards. Oh my gosh, guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. These are now available to pre-order on Entertainment Earth. Right on the front carousel, Ultimate Crossover has arrived. Clicking on Shop Now, we do see right at the top that all the Master Universe Cross Thundercats figures have been made available pre-order. Lion-O, Battle-Cat Man, Skel-Ra, and of course Cheetara. I'll have a link in the description below where you can order all of these figures on entertainmentearth.com. It helps out the channel, guys, and I really do appreciate it. The Master Universe Cross Thundercats have finally been revealed and up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth, and I can't wait until we finally get these guys in hand, as I would love to see exactly how they look, as there's a bit of inconsistency with the paint of Lion-O, but overall, I'm really happy with the way these figures look. And of course, huge shout out once again to the design team over at Mattel. You guys are absolutely killing it. Thundercats are making their way into new third Eternia, and I really am excited at this overall new crossover for the Master Universe. Thundercats, now we have the power. Ho! Oh my goodness, everybody. This is absolutely nuts. I mean, now we're finding out that there's a third Eternia? What the heck is going on? This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. I really am chomping at the bit to find out what's going on with these mini-comics. I am very, very excited about this. The characters overall look freaking amazing. The paint apps are a little inconsistent, so I'm really wondering what's actually happening with that. So I am going to be paying very close attention to the packaging, because I really want a pristine version of Lion-O, because he looks a little bit weird if the paint is on top of his nose instead of at the bottom. Other than that, though, the characters do look really, really interesting, especially Cheetara. I think she's going to be very, very popular among Master Universe collectors and Thundercats collectors alike. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what are your thoughts about this drop, literally out of nowhere, for the pre-orders for the Master Universe Cross Thundercats? Are you guys going to be putting down your pre-orders for this brand new line of Wave 1 figures for the Thundercats in Master Universe? Or is this something that's just completely left field and not part of the Master Universe lore, so you are absolutely going to pass them by much the same way as you did with the Turtles of Grayskull line? Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toy news continues in 2025, everybody. This is absolutely crazy. And Mattel just basically dropped everything and the kitchen sink. As a matter of fact, they did drop more Cartoon Collection pre-orders, as well as new solicitations and planograms for both the Cartoon Collection as well as the Masterverse Edition. And I'm going to have a full video dedicated to that. You can check it out right here when it's posted, and I will see you guys there. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Master of the Universe literally dropped everything into our laps, and we're all the better for it. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.